right, I'm back with Doug Grout talking about his experience here with the New Hampshire Fishing Game Department Marine Division. This is Eric Orff, the my New Hampshire Fish and Wildlife YouTube channel. So we had a bit of a break there. My battery died, so let's try it again. We're talking about how Doug has been on the Atlantic States Marine Fishery Commission and some of the work he's done with the lobster, striped bass, and some of the ground fish. So what else was happening with that?
So striped bass you've heard about, you know, it's grown, and then we ran into a period of not so good reproduction, but we've started to get some responses of some good year classes in recent years, but we still had to put some further restrictions on them because we found out that recreational fishermen were actually catching a lot more fish than we originally thought they were. And that applies to most finfish species. And actually, the reason we finally found out was we changed our survey methods to actually use the licensing database instead of the random phone directory on it. But anyway, striped bass, we've made some changes to try and stop overfishing on it, and I fully anticipate that it's going to continue to be a good, healthy, robust population in the future. Same way with lobsters, although they've been, in southern New England, they've been impacted by climate change. The southern New England waters are getting too warm for the lobsters, particularly the baby lobsters down there. But at the same time, up here in the Gulf of Maine and on Georges Bank, the population has been going great guns, and the catches just continue to grow, and that's because the habitat has become more optimal for them in recent years. We know at some point that's gonna end. You know, the populations don't go up forever, and one of the things we've been working on lately is a fisheries management plan for lobsters to build a little more resiliency into the population.
Now, I just read that Maine had their first down year in a while.
Yep, that was the first down.
Is that related?
Well, they've been going up, and every once in a while they'll have a downturn for 1 year, and then it continues to go up. Then there's another one. And
so it's just an anomaly at this point.
We'll see. You know, we'll see. In fact, there's going to be a stock assessment next year that'll determine, take another picture of what the status of the populations are. But we have a whole variety of programs throughout New England where we're monitoring the lobster populations at different stages. Some of them we monitor the little baby lobsters right after they settle. Others we monitor the pre-recruits. And then we monitor, we have trawl surveys that monitor all of populations, plus we have a good handle on the catches and stuff. So, as far as ground fish, cod certainly is a disappointment. That was partially a result that we had some stock assessment that was overly optimistic at about 2008, 2009. But also with the warming ocean temperatures, I think it's affected the survivability of some of the small cod on this. But there have been some good signs with some young of the year cod that we had. I think it was 2 years ago. There was a good strong year class, but strong is relative when you have a low population. It means there's a bump up, and hopefully we can protect them.
Carry it along,
and then we'll have another bigger year class in the future that'll help rebuild it. Haddock has been doing great. They've had some of the highest biomasses ever recorded right now.
Nice.
A lot of the groundfish fishermen particularly the party boats and charter boats have switched over to, targeting haddock, which is also
No, I went out this fall with a whole group of Concord firemen. We had an awesome day. It was a day that was blowing a gale.
oh, really?
Leave it up to the firemen to still go out. So
Oh, yeah.
I went out with them, and I did get beat up, and
Yeah.
and I didn't fall out and I didn't fall down. So I guess I did all right, and I caught a bunch of fish.
And that's the important part. As long as we catch some fish.
Yep,
so,
we filled the couple of totes with haddock that day. We did.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for providing those.
And then I think I've talked with you, Eric, about the northern shrimp population.
Right, let's talk about that. Yeah.
That was a population that in the Gulf of Maine was at the southern limit of its range. And now that the Gulf of Maine is the fastest, temperatures are growing faster than just about any other place in the world. It's no longer suitable for northern shrimp, and we used to have a very viable northern shrimp fishery. We landed over 1 million pounds during.
I used to buy them by the tote. We had
Yeah.
3 other couples. I would buy a tote and bring it home. That night we would have a couple of beers and then dehead the shrimp. Every year I would bring the tote home of shrimp and had an awesome time. And you could buy it at roadside stands. And,
Yeah.
oh, they were absolutely delicious. And that was like a $12 million industry, something like that.
It was if you took all of Maine, Massachusetts, and New Hampshire, it was it was worth about $12 million. But,
Wow, so lost to
now
climate change.
Yeah, we've had to close the fishery for the past 6 years, and we've actually closed it for the next 3 years.
Okay.
We haven't seen anything that's
Any improvement?
any improvement at all. And it just
Wow.
may be that with climate change, that's going to be one of the casualties. While we may see some other species moving north here to take that place at some point. But,
Well, I've got, see this finger here? This is the finger that was bitten by a great triggerfish in
Yeah.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire. So when I gave a climate talk, I could say, well, this finger is the finger. So, I was lobstering with my friend Gene, and there was this weird fish in the trap. So I went to move it over to take a picture of it. And the thing took a chunk of my finger out. So I sent the picture to Sheree. I said, what the heck is this? It just ate my finger. She said, oh, that's a southern fish. That's a great triggerfish. So we've got these tropical fish moving in.
yeah. Isn't that amazing? We had black sea bass up here
Yeah.
for a while. They seem to haven't shown up in recent years, but 2012 and 2013, there were a lot of people fishing for them up here. But so we'll see what else comes.
Things
north
are
here.
changing.
Yeah.
How about you? Is there a change in your future?
Yeah, well, this is Eric, this is my last day of work here.
Whoa, the last day.
36 years of working with the department.
36. Wow.
It's bittersweet.
Good for you.
I'm looking forward to retirement, but I'm going to miss all the people that I've worked with.
I can tell you, I still dream about fishing games several days a week. It doesn't leave your head.
But I'm looking forward to doing more fishing on weekdays and doing some traveling. But it's been a great career, and as I said, there's been a number of days where I couldn't believe I was getting paid to do this stuff.
Yeah. It was a nice career to have, wasn't it?
Yeah, very fortunate.
Yeah, well, you've done wonders here, and we sure appreciate that. It's nice to have a staff that you can work with on multiple projects, and everybody pitches in, and the spirits are high here, always have been. It was a wonderful place to work, and you've certainly contributed to that, and appreciate all you've done for New Hampshire's fish and wildlife.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you
Eric.
very much.
It was a pleasure working with you, too.
Good luck.
Cheers.